Thank you for coming today. MIT would like to thank the CLO Symposium for inviting us to give a university's perspective on the designing, building, and inspiring the future of learning. From MIT's side, we see several business trends that we've heard about earlier in the conference today. One large one, the challenge of digital transformation. Probably the biggest defining challenge of our time on the corporate side. New technologies, everything from additive manufacturing to artificial intelligence to machine learning, hitting firms at different levels and in different ways, in some ways they weren't expecting. What this is doing is it's bringing constant change, and what this means for online and in-person learning at the corporation is it is now no longer a nice to have, it's really a need to have, it's a requirement. The constant pace of change of technology really means that you need to keep your workforces agile, you need to keep them informed, and you need to keep them abreast of the current changes in the way this trend is emerging. The corporate education spending mix is also changing. In fact, it's increasing. It's not increasing in the way we expected. It's actually smaller firms and medium-sized firms that are spending more. And what this is doing, it is influencing the mix of products that are out there to help to satisfy the demand in executive education. These firms are looking for courses that are more bite-sized, more micro-credentialing. They're looking for more flexible delivery methods, a lot of online learning. So the business trends are really having a lot of implications on corporate learning. Three big ones. Technology transforms learning. Now, we talked a little bit that we need to learn about the technology itself for the sake of the business, but the same technologies that are influencing the changes in business are also influencing the pedagogy of the learning itself. So, artificial intelligence, new collaboration tools and software, better connectivity across the globe, virtual reality is a big one. The technology is actually transforming the way that learning is offered to corporate learners. Upskill to remain relevant. Well, this has always been the case. People have always needed new skills. What the digital transformation is doing to this is really increasing the urgency of the need to upskill. You could have gotten the best MBA in the world and graduated in the first of your class in 1999. That will not prepare you for the cybersecurity threat that your company is likely under right now. So retraining in skills driven by this digital transformation. Another thing that we hear from the university side is the need of learning things that you can apply on Monday. So satisfied participants in our professional education programs are in a design thinking course on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then understand that they can bring those skills back to their job and have a practical application on a Monday. So it's really the urgency and the tighter turnaround in between the identification of skills that you need and learning those and then bringing them back to your day job and delivering value when you're back. This is actually, you hear a lot about the skills gap and what the skills gap is, and there's an increasing skills gap among what companies employees have and what they need. It's always been MIT's philosophy that knowledge for knowledge's sake is not the only step of the way. In fact, when you see our university seal, you see a laborer to the left and a scholar to the right. Our motto is mens et manus, which is Latin for mind and hand. It is not just the case that we seek knowledge for knowledge's sake in and of itself. We seek knowledge because we need to practically apply that knowledge in a pragmatic way to the world. So amongst this change, amongst this digital disruption, we're actually quite happy about the future. We're really excited. One of our own pieces of research as we look at the future of work, 85% of jobs in 2030 haven't even been invented yet. So of course it's tough to think about training or retraining for those jobs since they don't exist. Even if you look at the top 5 skills for the engineer of 2020, which is next year, leadership, creativity, communication, teamwork. So it appears, gone are the days of the slide rule, of course. You're obviously going to need top mathematical and physics skills in engineering, but in terms of the new company and the new technology wave that is influencing how corporations work, these are the skills that now engineers will need going forward. We bring a lot of solutions to remedy these skills gaps at MIT. Short courses, professional certificates, digital programs. Our advanced study programs sometimes go 1 or 2 months. They are almost like getting a full-on degree, but when you don't have 1, 2, 3 years to do that. International programs, if you have subsidiaries across the globe and you need us to go there, we can do that. Custom programs, typically if companies want some of what we do but need it bookended by specific research around their industry, we do that as well. A big part of MIT's suite of offerings are open enrollment courses. We have more than 50 program titles just at the Sloan School. The majority are offered in 2-day formats. Importantly, they are led by senior MIT faculty, the same faculty that teach in our degree programs. So we don't have any adjunct lecturers or part-time speakers. All of the speakers in our education programs are full-time faculty. We have over 10 programs that are delivered entirely online, and we deliver value by issuing these in certificate tracks: management and leadership, strategy and innovation, and technology, operations, and value chain management. One of the ways that we teach in these courses is through frameworks. One of the big frameworks at MIT is what we call the 3 lenses, 3 approaches to thinking about how a firm operates and how workers operate in a firm and succeed in a firm. Strategic design, that is a lens where we think of organizations as machines, as a mechanical system. And in a strategic design view of the firm, action comes through planning. If you think about organizations as political entities, organizations are contests, and in contests, actions come through power, and that's how things get done. Thirdly is viewing the company through a cultural lens, where an organization is an institution, and artifacts and values and routines and informal norms are what run the place, and action comes through habit. So this is an example of an MIT framework. In our executive education and professional education programs, we don't do a lot of case study instruction. We don't send 20 pages of a case study and have our participants read that before the class. It just takes too long. Generally, our 2 or 3-day programs are split 3 ways between frameworks like this one, application, talking about how these frameworks work in your company, and then action learning. So actually learning in the classroom and through games, simulation, and action. Another great program that where you'll find the 3 lenses manifest is the LASER program. Conveniently, the acronym is LASER, which is cool, and we have a lot of them at MIT. It stands for the Leadership Academy for Scientists, Engineers, and Researchers. And this is one of the tools that we use when we approach companies that need a digital delivery of a program at a much broader scale. So if you need an academy-style program for engineers at your company, and you need that to deliver that to 50, 100, or hundreds of people. This is a program that is delivered entirely online, 4 separate classes delivered over 5 weeks each, about 5 hours of work each, so very modular and can be done in the course of a calendar year. In addition to large-scale delivery platforms, we also do international. And international is basically the ability to go to your company's location, in location if you have a foreign subsidiary, if you have a foreign office that needs to access some of the MIT thinking. Our faculty can tailor our on-campus programs and deliver them on-site with customization if you need that. And we also do custom programs. And custom programs are when, as a large company, you might call us and none of our off-the-shelf programs work, but you'd like to sample some of our engineering work or our management work or our chemistry work. And what we'll do is we'll package that together into a typically 3 or 4 day program. We prefer to do that on campus to minimize faculty travel, because we do have faculty is a finite resource for us. But we will come to you, and we can on occasion go and deliver these programs at a corporate headquarters. A good case study, just to leave you with, in the case of NOV, National Oilwell VARCO, fantastic company that deals with high-end, cutting-edge technology drill bits for the extraction sector. We did a year-long custom certification program, broke that out into 3 one-week terms. What was great about that was that we set up an entire program where the faculty would mentor the participants in between those 3-week terms back in their home countries. So while this was held in Cambridge, most of the participants were based in Houston, in Norway, in Scotland, in North Africa. And the teams came back, studied in their operational locations. And what we liked about this was it was truly a mens et manus approach, in the sense that the faculty were particularly engaged. The faculty learned quite a bit by dealing with the students, by being at the very edge of leading edge of this industry. So certainly the mens et manus philosophy is one that really is a great platform for our faculty who really like to engage and stay current in industry. So with that, we have a suite of offerings across the university. We have a School of Engineering and Professional Education department. We have an online digital division that delivers a lot of our programs virtually. The Sloan School of Management does executive education and caters to folks that are making the transition from high performer in a capacity role to manager of high performers. And we welcome you to examine our offerings and look forward to seeing you at the next CLO conference. Thank you.